Surely you think that this is a community texture pack, but this Emerald Blocks is official from Mojang. Look at this beautiful color, it has a very video game look. Okay, surely you are confused and wondering where these textures came from, but the reality is that this texture almost stay in the game. Today we will talk about the update of the textures, and for this we have to travel to the version 1.12. Come on! Here we are. We have traveled to 1.12 to be able to visualize the old textures. At first glance, everything seems normal, but when we get detail, we see the antiquity of the blocks. The water was completely blue, and the oceans were almost the same, regardless of the biome. The color of the crops was shoot green, and the wood was ugly. The professions of the villagers were very basic. The wood was outdated. This was the andesite, and this is the old granite, which contrasts too much with the stone. The old bedrock, the old armor, the most important ones are the mineral blocks. Did you remember them? Tell me below in the comments if you were in this version, but the biggest changes are in the nether. The nether was horrible with the old netherrack blocks, the ugly quartz ores, and the pixelated soul sand, but everything changed in 2017. The writer Thomas Stone in 2017 published this post, commenting that we tried the new Minecraft textures. The community couldn't believe it. Many people were angry. How it is possible that they were going to change the textures of their favorite game? They had never updated the textures so much. We were all used to these blocks. The scandal was increasing more and more, and there were many negative comments to why the change of these old textures, and this is where the community completely divided. Back to the 2017 post about the new textures, Mojang says, our talented pixel artists have been tweaking the look of Minecraft, but these are changes we're doing lightly. We want your feedback before we even consider adding them to the game. Minecraft knew that this was going to be great news, so they decided to work on these new textures together with the community, with suggestions and opinions. And at that time, they released the new version 1 textures. But what did this version of the new textures change? For this, we are going to install the texture pack. Since to test the new version 1 textures, Mojang left you the download link on its website, a website that no longer exists. I am using an internet time machine to be able to download it. One of the most important changes were the totems, the ones we practically have today. Before they were like this. Which one do you like best? But in this version, one of the new textures begins in the mineral blocks. The lapis lazuli was completely changed. Before it looked like this, and that's not all. The diamonds were redesigned. These diamonds look like cartoons. This is the old diamond, and this is the new diamond with the version 1 of the texture pack. But when we made the whole block, you're going to freak out. And yes, this is real. It looks like a texture pack, and if Minecraft hadn't asked the community for their opinions, this would be the diamond block that we would currently have. Many people love the new design, but many said that it was too exaggerated. TNT changed and it looks very cartoonish. The pistons, the snowball, instead of being white was blue, but the most controversial were the crystal. This is how the new crystal looked. They were more transparent, but they had some white strips. The cobblestone and many other blocks changed as well. This was the old obsidian, and this was the new one, but also the nether changed. These are the old ones blocks, and these are version 1 of the new blocks. On the Mojang page, they show us the old skeleton and the new one. The leaves changed drastically, making them more realistic. As you can see, Mojang was changing Minecraft to a more colorful, brighter, and above all, more cartoony style. But the question is, why? Was it really necessary to start changing Minecraft textures? Well, the answer is yes, and you will be surprised with the answer. For this, we have to analyze the logos of the companies, and we will take the example of Instagram. The current logo is completely different from what it was before. Here we have the history of the Instagram logo. You can see that in 2010, it was a camera with too many details. Then it changed to a simpler one. Then, in 2011, that design was somewhat prettier, but it still has too many details. Until in 2016, it was the time that they changed to some simple lines with very striking colors. I am a graphic design student, and I can tell you that this is a current trend to make the designs more striking, colorful but simple. Another example is Starbucks. This was the logo of the year 1970, an extremely detailed mermaid with too many elements. After a few years, they added color to the logo. Then it was further simplified, until in 2011 we can see a super design per simple. The There are many examples such as the Apple company, and curiously in 2017 there was a trend to make it simpler, and during this trend we could also see it in Minecraft. More colorful blocks, but above all, much smoother. But the trend creating more colorful and striking designs wasn't the only cause of the new textures, because curiously in 2017 the explosion of Fortnite was launched. An important detail on the history of the shooters: most of the shooters were all very dark, with no color or all streaking. Not all, but most. And suddenly Fortnite arrives, a shooter but in a colorful and beautiful world with a very cartoonish characters. As you can see, the path that Minecraft was choosing was the correct one, to make the game environment more beautiful, to go from the dark and terrifying nether to a more fanciful and colorful one, doing the same with all the Minecraft items and blocks. After the release of the version 1 of the new texture packs, people started commenting their opinions, and Mojang was listening to the community all the time, so they decided to release version 2. The glass was improved. You can see that it is now a style between old and new, and this is when for the first time in all of Minecraft the netherrack was completely changed, going from too many details to a smoother and pretty rock. The ore blocks changed too, making them colorful, but not as exaggerated as in version 1. We are getting more and more to the textures we have today, but there were still several problems with the blocks. In the version 2, the obsidian had too much controversy. Just look, that is too strange. It looks like some giant stones. Without a doubt, there was still a lot of work to do. I mean, on the part of the pixel art team. The creator of the textures called Japan tell us that there were going to many versions, even more than 100 prototypes in each of the blocks. Those from Mojang continued to release more versions of these new textures until they were finally released, became the current textures, a combination between old but making them more colorful and streaking. I hope you liked this video very much. If so, remember that you can subscribe to this amazing English channel. I upload videos every third day. You will be more than satisfied with all the information and curiosities that we bring every week. See you tomorrow with another video.